I was camping alone in the woods, enjoying the peace and quiet of nature. I had set up my tent near a small stream and lit a fire to keep me warm. I was about to roast some marshmallows when I heard a loud snap from behind me. I turned around and saw a huge, hairy creature standing on two legs, staring at me with glowing red eyes. It was a Bigfoot, and it looked angry. I grabbed my backpack and ran towards my car, hoping to escape. But the Bigfoot was faster than me, and it chased me through the dark forest. I could hear its heavy footsteps and its growls behind me, getting closer and closer. I tripped over a root and fell to the ground, dropping my backpack. I looked up and saw the Bigfoot towering over me, ready to attack. I reached for my backpack, hoping to find something to defend myself with. But the Bigfoot grabbed it first and threw it away. It then grabbed me by the leg and lifted me up in the air. I screamed in pain and fear as I felt its claws digging into my flesh. It opened its mouth and showed me its sharp teeth as if it was going to bite me. I kicked and punched, trying to free myself. But the Bigfoot was too strong, and it held me tight. I thought I was going to die when I heard a gunshot. The Bigfoot dropped me and roared in agony as blood spurted from its chest. I saw a flash of light and then another gunshot. The Bigfoot fell to the ground, motionless. I looked around and saw a man holding a rifle, standing near a truck. He had a flashlight on his head and a camera on his chest. He ran towards me and helped me up. "Are you okay?" he asked. "I think so," I said, shaking. "Thank God I got here in time. I've been tracking this Bigfoot for weeks, and I finally found it. You're lucky to be alive." "Who are you?" I asked. "I'm a cryptozoologist. I study creatures like this. I've been looking for evidence of Bigfoot for years, and I finally got it. Look, I recorded everything on my camera. This is a breakthrough for science." He showed me his camera, and I saw the footage of the Bigfoot attacking me and him shooting it. I felt a mix of relief and horror as I realized what had happened. "You killed it," I said. "I had to. It was going to kill you, and I needed proof. This is the only way to prove that Bigfoot exists. Don't you see? This is a discovery of a lifetime." He smiled and hugged me as if I was his friend. "Come on, let's go. I have to take this Bigfoot to my lab and analyze it. You can come with me if you want. You're part of history now." He dragged me to his truck and threw the Bigfoot's body in the back. He then drove away, leaving behind my tent, my fire, and my backpack. I didn't know what to do. I had just survived a Bigfoot attack and witnessed a murder. I had also met a madman who claimed to be a scientist. I wondered if anyone would believe me or if I was dreaming. I looked at the Bigfoot's body and felt a pang of guilt. It was a living creature, and it didn't deserve to die. Maybe it was just curious, or scared, or hungry. Maybe it had a family, or friends, or feelings. Maybe it was more human than the man who killed it. I wished I could go back to my campsite and forget everything that had happened, but I knew I couldn't. I was stuck with this man and his Bigfoot. I was part of his story, whether I liked it or not. We drove for hours until we reached a remote cabin in the mountains. The man parked his truck and got out. He opened the back door and pulled out the Bigfoot's body. He carried it to the cabin and motioned me to follow him. I hesitated, but I had no choice. I followed him inside and saw a makeshift lab. There were computers, monitors, cameras, microscopes, and other equipment. There were also jars, cages, and boxes containing various specimens. I saw bones, feathers, scales, fur, and other things. I wondered what they were and where they came from. The man laid the Bigfoot's body on a metal table and plugged some wires into it. He then turned on a monitor and showed me the Bigfoot's vital signs. Look, it's still alive. Barely, but alive. I didn't kill it. I just stunned it. I need it alive for my research. I'm going to find out everything about it. Its DNA, its anatomy, its behavior, its origin. I'm going to unlock the secrets of this creature and share them with the world. He smiled and rubbed his hands as if he was excited. Isn't this amazing? You're witnessing history in the making. You're lucky to be here. You're part of my team now. You can help me with my experiments and learn from me. You can be my assistant, my partner, my friend. He hugged me again, and I felt uncomfortable. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be part of this. I don't want to be your friend. I want to go home, I said. He looked at me and frowned. Don't be silly. You can't go home. You can't leave me. You can't leave this Bigfoot. You're involved in this, whether you like it or not. You know too much. You've seen too much. You can't tell anyone about this. You have to stay with me and help me. It's for your own good. It's for the good of science. It's for the good of humanity. He grabbed my arm and pulled me closer to him. Trust me. I know what I'm doing. I'm doing this for a noble cause. I'm doing this for us. We're in this together. We're a team. We're friends. He smiled and kissed me on the cheek. I felt a surge of fear and disgust as I realized what he was doing. He was trying to manipulate me, to brainwash me, to make me his accomplice. He was a psychopath, a monster, a killer. He was worse than the Bigfoot. I looked at the Bigfoot and saw its eyes open. It looked at me, and I saw a glint of intelligence, of emotion, of humanity. It looked at me, and I felt a connection, a bond, a friendship. I knew what I had to do. I pushed the man away and ran to the Bigfoot. I grabbed the wires and pulled them out. I freed the Bigfoot and helped it up. It nodded at me, and we ran to the door. We escaped the cabin and got into the truck. We drove away, leaving behind the man, his lab, and his madness. We drove for hours until we reached a safe place. We found a cave and hid inside. We rested and healed. We talked and learned. We became friends.